I'm talking and my mic has been muted. Let me start over. Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm Lady Rowe. We're gonna do a live watch along of Married to Medicine. Um, Normally I do a live tweet along, but we're gonna watch the show, and then I'm just gonna be giving some commentary in between uh, about what's going on or what I see. I think when I did this before, I've always gotten great great feedback from doing live commentary during the show. So I've seen the premiere. We've talked about the premiere, so um, I'm excited about it. Let me send this over to my Instagram. See if you or my Instagram. My 1 second. But I think this episode is going to be good. I'm excited about it. Not Eugene Bush. He is Eugene Bush. We're only going to get a two-parter. It's not going to be a three-part. It's going to be a two-parter, which I'm kind of excited about. We don't have that long, drawn, drag out situation with the group. Let's get it all done and over with. Because it's not like they give us a whole bunch of stuff that's worth 3 episodes. So. Going to end up back together again. Assuming if you are elected, you will have to leave the show. Oh wow. Okay. All right. All right. Okay, the one thing that I want to ask everybody who's watching is cursing at your spouse worse than disrespecting your spouse? I really want you guys to think about that. Would you rather your husband curse at you than to disrespect you? Would you rather you cuss at your husband than to disrespect him? Because I believe they both go hand in hand. Toya disrespected Eugene. We saw that on camera. And then when he cursed at her, she said, "Don't curse at me because you don't want me to curse at you." But she pretty much had already cursed at her. I really think that's something, and I might make that into a poll. And then the very fact that the women are discussing their husbands in some shape, form, or fashion is to me kind of absurd because you have Curtis. Curtis was wrong for sitting Toya on his lap, but that was at least 4 to 5 years or seasons ago. Symmetry said both are disrespectful. I agree. That's what I said. They both go hand in hand. So I don't know how she disrespected him, but the moment he cursed at her, because they're both wrong, that was like a stopping point, right? But you were disrespecting him, but you couldn't stop. But the moment that he cursed, he used explicit with you, then hey, that's you've gone too far. I just think that's absurd. I think it's crazy for Toya to think that that's okay. I really, it's like, I don't know if she doesn't think or maybe her elevator don't go all the way to, I don't know what's going on with Toya, but I really think that that's wild. Then back to Curtis sitting Toya on his lap. That was, I'm gonna ask ChatGPT when was that, but that was several seasons ago. And for Toya to be bringing it up this season, because we heard this rhetoric from Toya before the season even aired. She mentioned it. She mentioned it. What season did Curtis sit Toya on his lap? Let's see what it says. But I really think that's crazy that she feels like that is okay. It said it was during the group trip to Barbados when things got a little loose and playful, and Curtis ended up jokingly pulling Toya onto his lap, which definitely had folks side eyeing, given all the relationship tension already surrounded him that particular season. It was season 5. So that was 7 seasons ago. So 7 seasons ago, Toya has now decided that she wants to revisit the fact that he touched her and sat her in his lap. 7 seasons ago. Yeah, Toya, you got me side eye you. Season 5, cast trip to Barbados. Let's see where we go with this. We'll get ready to come back on. You knew final So, recap some of the things I wrote down. Toya said she was spiraling after the little party at their house. Well, it wasn't little. The party at their home where she told Eugene to get up, so on and so forth. She actually played victim very well. She did a good job playing victim. She should get an Academy Award because that was a her problem. It was not their problem. You screaming at your husband was all of you problem. You locking yourself in your closet and spiral was all of you problem. You complain about these people not caring about your family is a projection problem. And I don't know what it is with her, but I think she should go see a psychiatrist somewhere. I think Dr. Mimi, a lot of people dislike Mimi, but Dr. Mimi has pinned Toya. And that's the biggest reason what people dislike about Mimi. She has her number. She sees her. She's already gone through the steps and analyzed it, and she knows that Toya has an issue. She does, and she honed in on it, and that's what people are upset. Symmetry said, "Why was she spiraling?" She never explained that. She didn't. She didn't. She just kind of moved on to the next thing. Um, but yeah, I kind of find that kind of awkward that you were spiraling, but somehow or another it's everybody else's fault but yours. You're the one having this emotion. Your emotions are up to you. It is up to you to check the emotions that you have. Yes, please like that. Tap that like button. Please, 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 please. And I really appreciate it. Please tap the like button. Um, you know what, Queen Script? I love Dr. Mimi too. I love the fact that Dr. Mimi actually honed in on the situation and them talking about, Toya was like, you said this, you said that. I think Mimi may have said a couple of things there, but it wasn't a whole lot of things. I think she agreed with Heavenly. Most of what she said was in a confessional. So you going off on Dr. Mimi was really unwarranted, Toya. It was. You were mad at her because she agreed with Heavenly. But Heavenly was telling you the truth. She told you not to do that to your husband. You the one didn't listen. You're the one with the problem and not listening. She started with Mimi the moment she put the napkin down. Oh yeah. When she put that napkin down, she was already pissed off at her because I guess she thought Mimi was trying to say her house was dirty. I don't know. But Mimi had on a swimming suit with a cover up, if my memory serves me correctly. So a lot of women are like that. Shoot, I just came off a girls trip with 3 girls that are like that. So, can't blame that on Mimi. Some people are very particular about where they put their bottom at. Again, I believe all of that is a Toya problem. It's no one else's problem. It's hers. And she is going to have to accept responsibility for her issues, not everybody else. And I just feel like that's just going to be a fact. Good answer, but Kirk about Kirk and Quad. What did I say? Or was you talking about them? What they said? I was trying to read. Oh, the Quad King and Quad's IVF job. I believe Toya has clocked in with her storyline of being the victim because Toya, if you think about it, other than her behavior, she really didn't give a lot this season. She didn't. We got to see her, doing the she did the party. She did. They let her do the couples getaway, and then she chairperson. So they gave her those things, but Toya really did like. There's not a lot going on in her home, and I love that for her. Children are growing up fine. Her husband is working off fine. Um, so her storyline has been pretty much doing things with the group, which is a good thing because this is a simultaneous cast. So that means they're each other's storyline. But if Heavenly leaves, who's Toya going to complain about? Because 99% of her complaints have to do with Heavenly, if not 98 and a half. I mean, 99 and a half. So I don't know. I really don't know. Let's see. I didn't get to mention that Quad actually asked them a question. Are you guys still talking to my ex? And as we see last night on Instagram, Petty Toya and Petty Simone took a picture with King, and they said they knew it was Petty. Child, you said not at all. Brandy got Contessa together. Are you talking about now? I agree because Contessa was dead wrong. Contessa right then was dead wrong. There was her coming to someone else's party and trying to ruin it because of her own action. That's on her. That's on her. That has nothing to do with Brady. That's a Contessa problem. Period. I like Toya and Eugene because they keep it real. As Mariah says, she may be tacky at times, but Toya is real. Okay. I don't have a lot to say about that. So far, the preview of this reunion was better than the actual reunion. Nothing is being resolved at all. But we kind of knew, they give us that big, like it's gonna be grand, and it's normally not grand. And I'm gonna tell you, as far as Toya Eugene giving us the real, I don't know what they're giving us. You don't either. You don't know if it's real or if it's fake. All you know is they're coming to us, they fuss and fight with each other, but that's not normal. I'm gonna tell you the last thing I'm gonna do, and I've been married for a long time, over 20 years, is in front of company, sit out and emasculate my husband. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna call him out his name. He ain't gonna call me out my name. There's not gonna be no fussing and fighting in front of people. We're gonna fuss and fight once we close them doors. But we're not gonna fuss and fight. That's not real. To me, that is something's wrong. Something's wrong with you if you feel like you have to do that. Then you got to go spiral out of control because it's like I don't think everybody really listens to what Toya says. Toya is abrupt, she's rude, and she's disrespectful in the ways of like the whole issue with her going to Dr. Bernard. What was her reason for going to Dr. Bernard? Oh, we're back, yeah. The fuck and walk off. Girl, forget you. Ain't no way I'll be over there begging Simone for nothing. Nothing. You and your kids have cussing contests. Ain't no way I'll be over there talking to you about nothing but moving away. Moving away from you. You said thank you, Quad. Mimi, you knew how the show was prior to joining. But I don't think Mimi's ever been on TV before. And I really believe, and this is just my personal opinion because I do work in the healthcare profession. I believe that Mimi actually can't turn it off. I know doctors who can't turn it off. She's a physician because to be a psychiatrist, you have to have an MD. You have to be a medical doctor. So I truly understand her. She just can't cut it off. That's exactly how when she was psychoanalyzing him, I was like, girl, you just can't cut it off, can you? Hopefully she will grow into her role on this television show. But I think we have to give her an opportunity to do such. Toya doesn't want to have a mean at all. Toya wants conflict. And I think she thrives in conflict. And that just may be who Toya is as well. I think that Toya really, I know she sees a counselor at her church, but Toya might need to see a psychiatrist because Toya got some other stuff going on. Maybe she's in premenopause. So I don't know. Maybe her hormones going to, they doing a yo-yo on her. But I will say Toya definitely needs some counseling. Definitely needs some counseling. You said, yes, Mimi sees no wrong with Heavenly. That's alarming. I wouldn't say that either. I don't know where that's coming from, Zeta. Um, I wouldn't say that because I don't know if I ever heard Mimi say that Heavenly was wrong. Because Heavenly's definitely be wrong. Heavenly definitely be wrong, baby. Heavenly be wrong. Toy, in fact, all of them have some wrong that they've done. They definitely be wrong. Well, Mimi couldn't get her thoughts out because Toya was loud talking over. Mission accomplished, Toya. Exactly. Exactly. That's what Toya sets out for conflict. She doesn't want any resolution. And I've said this in all of my Married to Medicine reviews. Toya and Simone have set out to get rid of anybody they deem as a threat. They did it. This is my grandboy did today. I'm done. I'm done. I ain't gonna talk to you no more. You said, where was that? Let's see. Last one. No, that is who Toya is. She can have conflict, but don't take beef serious and hold grudges. Okay. Thank you, Eugene. They came because Mimi wanted Toya to fail so she could gossip with Heavenly. Not true. They came because it was a paid cast event. And I'm gonna tell you, the reason why Steve paused, because they can't break the wall. They cannot break the fourth wall. I don't know when y'all gonna get that. You cannot break the fourth wall. That is a part of casting. That's a part of production. The very fact that he paused so he wouldn't break it, he thought about what he had to say. They came because this was a working event. They were supposed to be there. In years past, the last year, they came and they did not buy a ticket. They bought a bowl for $5,000. Everything Steve is saying makes a lot of sense. People are just choosing not to listen to it. Would you rather you hustling me for this $300, whereas I could have bought some art, 5, 10, 15,000, and you would have had way more money to get some more scholarships. And henceforth, you gave $5,000 scholarships. Where are your friends? Where are your you live in Atlanta, the Black Mecca, and you came out with $10,000. You spent more for that party than you gave away to these students. I think they should be a little bit ashamed of themselves. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a girl clicking on a button. You said Toya definitely takes beef seriously, and it's beefs that she created. Exactly, Symmetry. That's why I was like, okay. She starts this crap, then gets mad at people for bringing it up. You can't do that. You just cannot do that. This season has shown me a very different version of Eugene. He has boarded with Toya on the mean train. And you know what I think it is? I think there's something else going on with you. He's always kind of fought for her, but I believe there's something else going on. I honestly believe the Harrises need to take a break from the show. They need to leave the show, go do whatever they need to do to get themselves together, because both of them are out of control. In years past, these two have fought this group about paying for a Met Gala that this year they wanted to fight others about for $300. Get it real. That's insanity. You don't have to go to all the events. You have to go to all the events. If you want your paycheck, you have no idea what their contracts say. Just like I was saying a few minutes ago about Mariah. Girl, she almost cockeyed trying to fuss it heavily. Child. It's got to be challenging to be her friend. Got to be challenging to be her friend. It's ridiculous. Simone expects everybody to bend over backwards and kiss the ring. And I'm telling you, everybody who's had an issue on this show, Simone has led the charge with getting rid of them. Don't believe me? Look it up for yourself. She's led the charge. Toya's been in tow. Toya and Simone. Toya's had it out for she had it out for Mariah since Mariah had the whole issue with her daughter not being eight, coming out saying her daughter wasn't eight. Then you had Simone who said, okay, well, she thinks she better than everybody. Same thing she tried to do with Quad, but it didn't work with Quad. Quad's a fan favorite. She's fake about what? What is she fake about? Y'all keep just throwing out words with no content. What is she fake about? Put that in the chat instead of just throwing out words because they sound good. What is she fake about? She's friends with everybody and she doesn't want to be in the middle of something. That's fair. That's fair. She shouldn't have to be in the middle of it. No one should have to choose friends. No one. I should have to choose you to be my friend or him to be my friend. I should be able to sit right here. And if y'all want to fight, y'all fight around me. I shouldn't have to be in the middle of your mess. That's stupid. And it's juvenile. It's things that kids do in high school and junior high. In fact, there was elementary school. We're like, oh, don't talk to her. I don't like her. That's crazy. You got to use something else besides fake. What has Jackie done to either of these women? Not one thing. Oh, she didn't show up for me. She didn't show up for me. I was expecting this grown woman to fight my battle. No, ma'am, you ain't fighting your own battle. Why should she? Come on, get real. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. Just like with Mimi. People don't like Mimi and don't have a real reason. Oh, she talked crazy to Brandy. No, she told Brandy, you need to watch the people you hang around with. And I totally agree with it. Totally agree with it. Because Brandy was sitting right there letting Toya feed her up about heavily in this campaign. Girl, if you're not going to vote for heavily, move on. But sitting there trying to diminish someone's character because you don't like them is absurd to me. It's absurd. I can't get with it. I'm sorry. I tried, but I can't. And I just believe in calling right, wrong. Everybody on this show has had their right and wrong times. Jackie was wrong when she got there and she mentioned Buffy's infraternity. Jackie was wrong when she called Heavenly fat, or she called the lady fat and Heavenly called her out about it. Jackie was wrong. But this mess about Simone and Heavenly, they got nothing to do with Jackie. Not one thing. That's all on Simone and her behaviors. Simone is loud, obnoxious. She done tried to fight Scott on a boat. Child, no, man. No. Simone will never get that one. You guys, I don't know if y'all have ever had these. You can see them. Let me get closer back up. I just saw them a minute ago. There we go. Y'all, these are so good. Let me turn my light this way. That may help. It may help at all. But y'all gotta try these. These are yummy. Oh, we're back. Oh, okay. Look like the next one's gonna be a little more interesting. Let me go through these chats and let's move forward. Jocelyn said it's exhausting. This one-to-one conversation with Simone. I can't take any more of this, Jocelyn. I'm with you because it was hard to watch. I will tell you this: if I was Jackie, maybe I wash my hands up and throw the tissue on the side. I'm sorry. I would just have to let her go. Let her go, do whatever she wants to do. What about Simone and Toya sabotaging Heavenly's campaign? Hypocrites. I totally agree with this. When if my memory serves me correctly, I think most of us watched the show. When Heavenly walked into the event where Angel's event was, they stopped her because they were at a high boy table, and they stopped Heavenly. And of course, she already knows Toya and Heavenly are not seeing eye to eye. So that Simone, that is who I'm referring to. Simone stops her and goes, Toya was taking notes, and Toya said this, and Toya said this, and Toya said this. That's what she said. And Dr. Heavenly said, I ain't got to take that. I ain't got to take this. I didn't come here to argue with y'all. I'm going to leave. But she walks over somewhere else. Next thing we know, as the event is almost, I guess, ending, we see Quad go over and give Simone a piece of her mind and something about the VIN number on the rolls. And next thing we know, here comes Simone beating on tables and shaking the foundation. It's just too much. Thank you, Bo Steele. I appreciate that. It was just too much. I really believe that there needs to be some self-evaluations in this group. I also, hey girlfriends, I also believe that there's too much put on Jackie. Jackie's a one person. She's one person. You may have wanted Jackie to have your back and to side with you, just like you explained it to us just now. They could be for your malpractice insurance, if you had to go before the board at the hospital, any of those things be based on what Heavenly had said. If it went any further than just that one-on-one conversation, then you may would have had to do those things. I believe Jackie would have had your back, but you didn't say that. I think at the point Jackie was trying to keep the friend group together, and so she didn't want to get on either side. She wanted to stay in the middle because y'all both were wrong. We all saw it. Y'all both were wrong. That's just it. Toya asking Bernard how was Angel in bed was absolutely disgusting and in poor taste. I think that's pretty much all I wrote. And Dr. Mimi saying she always feels like she's on. I thought that was very interesting because I can imagine as a physician, a trained physician, one who works with the mind, because you can't turn your mind off, right? So it's one that works with the mind is always going to be the mind constantly churning, and you see people for who they are. Because I'm going to tell you, people who study psychiatry or majored in psychiatry, they're always, I tell you, even people I know that just aren't even a psychiatrist but have degrees in psychiatry or the field of psychiatry. They all are always like, oh, you know why she did that or why. And now everybody want to be a therapist. I'm gonna tell you that. But they will tell you, well, she did this. I believe she did this because of that. They got this and that going on. And I just believe when she says, I can't turn it off, I truly believe she's serious about that. And I think people need to take that in account. I like Dr. Mimi. I like the fact that Dr. Mimi and Steve bring a refreshing new vibe to this scene. We see a gentleman who loves fashions. And we saw, was it Toya was saying that that his fashions were not real. And baby, let me see if I can find this actual video. Give me a minute. Where Steve is going to be doing something really, really beautiful for the family. Here it is. I'm gonna pull it out. We're gonna watch it together. I think it's music, so we're not gonna play the music. But he's gonna do what he said his wife, they just moved into their new house or getting ready to. And his wife asked him what was he gonna do with all the clothes. So he said, I'm doing an exclusive LV pop-up shop. The clothes don't make the man makes the clothes. I'm excited to have my LV client advisors he gives some names of people helping me plan the details of the pop-up shop. All the items I've worn from season 11 and 12 from Bravo's Married to Medicine will be sold to raise proceeds for autism awareness as we prepare to do some more amazing work for autism and neurodivergent community. This is something we are truly passionate about and excited to share in the upcoming weeks. Put your notifications on because this will be an in-person experience you don't want to miss. More details to come. The Sanders hashtag autism awareness, hashtag pop-up shop, hashtag Louis Vuitton, hashtag Married to Medicine. Let's look at it. He takes us in the Louis Vuitton store. This is how they treat you when you got the coins, baby. They're going to bring you some champagne and all the things. Trust me. Now, Toya and her husband said Toya said they're real, he is paying $5,000 or more per outfit, but he pays $5,000 for a shirt. And as we see, he's at the Louis Vuitton store. And these are the outfits we've seen him in. He's showing us him buying them. We've seen him. I love that coat. I love that jacket too. We saw him in that coat at the Met Gala. The shoes. He's Louis Vuitton from head to toe. The man loves clothes. He loves beautiful clothes. He loves LV, as we see. Show Mimi getting herself a Speedy. Looks like a Speedy 25. He's buying the baby a backpack. I'm telling you, he loves Louis Vuitton. And I think that's great that they're doing something to give back. Partnering up with someone who LV, their clothes are expensive and they hold their value. It is what it is. You said Heavenly thought they were taking a cast photo, which is why she was getting ready to put her arm around Simone. Definitely, that's definitely what she was. Simone, regardless of what Heavenly said, your actions and screaming, you do says a lot. Girlfriends, when I say I agree with you. I agree. Simone does act unhinged. Now, whether or not she was physical with Heavenly, I could see where that could affect her her job or act, whatever she does at work, the board that she's on at the hospital, they could, revoke her privileges to work at hospitals. So I definitely agree with that, but I don't think that's where they were at when this conversation came about with Jackie. I believe if it came down to them having to go to court, she would say, no, she did not get physical with Heavenly. They were yelling and screaming or whatever. And if you're acting unhinged, you just act unhinged, girl. Just lay in it, whatever you want to do. Oh, that's who that is. Yes, that's oh, I was just not thinking about last night. Yes, that is Steve Sanders, ex-NFL player. He played arena football. Excuse me, has a couple of degrees. He's been a news anchor. People say, oh, Steve didn't have a job. Y'all should Google Steve and see what he's done in his life. And I'm sure he invested well. The reason why he's able to do the things that he does. Anywho, you guys, I enjoyed this actual, video of marriage, or this live video of Married to Medicine while we watched it together. I really enjoyed, you guys. Thank you for coming down here and watching it with me and having the conversation. I appreciate Jocelyn Stewart. Oh, I enjoy you. Killian, enjoyed you. Zeta Clemens, enjoyed you. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please hit that thumbs up button. Get me in that algorithm so I can get on over this hump and get me some more subscribers. I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Until then, y'all take care. If no one told you today they love you, I love you, and there ain't a thing you can do about it. Bye-bye.